Hi, welcome back to another week and another 5 minutes with James. This week, I want to pay particular attention to an area that we've been doing lots of work on with clients recently, particularly new clients who may not have been focused on this area as well as they could have, and that is the area of wage management. So today, I want to give you our top tips on how to improve the overall approach to wage management. For lots of our clients, when they come to coaching and I ask them about wage management, they tend to think that wage management is simply doing a roster each week. And wage management is a lot more than just simply posting a roster on the fridge or sending it out through one of your software programs that you use for rostering. It's a much more precise and detailed area of the business that needs a lot of attention. Wages as a cost in the business, as you will well know, is one of the largest costs within your business. And for some of you, if we look at cost of goods, overheads, and wages as three key areas, wages may actually be your largest category of costs in your business. So it's really important that you are on top of it. So some top tips for improving your wage management. Here's where we start. So first of all, it's really important that when you're building out that roster, that you are using a piece of software or a system that is also forecasting what the likely cost of your roster for that week is going to be. And for that to work, you need to be looking at the software. And for those that are on Loader Reports, that's a really great way of doing it. But for those of you that are on other systems as well, look at using that to forecast the actual cost of what your next week's roster is going to be, and have a budget in which you are setting that roster to. It's really important that if managers are doing a roster, that they've been told by the owner exactly what percentage they've got to play with. So budgeting and forecasting dollar figures for your roster for the following week and the week after is very, very important. We call that forecasting. Secondly, it's the approach to your roster in terms of the daily approach to the roster. If you're using the right software, or even if you're using pen and paper, it is really important that what happens every day in the business is that there is a check of the time clocks or the system that you are using, and make sure that the start and finish times worked by employees is accurate. I say to clients all the time, if you were doing a cash up at the end of the day, which we all do cash ups, you all do that every day, or someone in the business does it, what is the dollar figure that the cash up would have to be out before you would go and find out what went on? Is it $10? Is it $20? Is it $50? But if your cash received does not meet the cash that you have counted, when would you go looking for that missing cash? And you need that same approach when it comes to wage management. So the manager who's doing the cash up should check that the hours that are worked is correct, because if you're leaking money in your wages because you are not accurate with your start and finish times, it is the same as leaking money from your cash up. And so you would go looking for $50 or $20 when it comes to your cash up. Would you go and look for $20 or $50 if your rostering and your actual daily wages were out by what you had budgeted? Would you go and ask questions then, why did we spend more money than we had intended to do? Is there a reason behind that? Is there a reason why we've got $50 missing from the cash up? Is there a reason why we're spending more money today on wages than we had forecasted to do? You should be looking at that every day and talking and discussing that with your managers. Then it's about monitoring. And the question is what have you got it set up for in terms of monitoring for your managers? What tools or processes have you got in place that managers are monitoring and being access to what the wage target was? And did you hit that target? So did we hit the expected wage percentage for the week? And year to date, how are we tracking? Are we on track to hit the annual target that we're aiming for? And based on seasonality, which is always going to be part of the year, but are we tracking in the right direction with our wages on a year-to-date measure? Now, a lot of that for some of you may sound very new, and if that's the case, you might want to jump on to some of our now short course coaching, have a look at some of the sessions with Liz, who's a real expert in this area, or myself too, and we're more than happy to help you. And those of you that are doing this well, keep an eye on this. Wage management is a critical part of your hospitality business. Thank you, and see you next time.